Welcome, everyone, to this edition of Talented Universe, our third one today with our third vertical actor. We're so excited, and I would like to welcome my co-host for today, Marcia. How are you doing?
Hello, I'm doing great. I'm here in Northeast Florida, but it's a little cooler, so that's cool. And I'm happy to be here live.
And it's going to be spooky day pretty soon, huh?
hmm
We're all looking forward to that. But I would like to welcome our guest that I found out lives not too far from me. So that's kind of cool. Luke Dodge. Luke, how are you doing today?
Hi everybody, how you doing?
I'll just go ahead and start. First, how did you get into acting?
It's a little story. My parents, my dad worked for MTV and Nickelodeon. My mom was an actress in a couple of things. Probably most notably was Not Another Teen Movie. She was the girl on the toilet. I don't know if that rings a bell to anybody, but
I think it did with Marcia.
Yeah, Heather Brown, right?
Heather Brown, yeah, you got that. So as a kid, I wanted to be an actor, and so my mom put me into a theater company called Stage Light Productions. And I did that for probably like 4 years, 3 or 4 years. And then after the last year, I got kind of tired of it. I was really into sports at the time. So I was like, I'm done with acting, no more acting. And so I dropped it for like pretty much my whole life until I was 16. And I did an ad for the DC Metro. And it was like my first thing and I loved it. And I realized, wow, I actually really do like acting. I'm going to try this again. So I've just been doing stuff ever since. Probably most notably is all the verticals is kind of what I've become known for at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just keep moving along and trying to make it.
Now, in the vertical, that of course the name of it has left my brain, which is normal. But let me look it up again because it's like I hate when my brain quits working. The Tutor Trap.
Oh, the Tutor Trap, yeah.
The Tutor Trap. The Tutor Trap. I mean, had you ice skated before, or that's why I was asking.
So okay, that's a fun story. I really hadn't. I did a little bit here and there, and that's what they asked me. They're like, "Hey, do you have any have you done this at all?" And I was like, I played street hockey a little bit here and there with my friends.
That's
it's
different.
Completely different. And then I did
ice
skating like 3 times, like on like just some random rinks that we found like in New York and like Boston. And so the first shot of the day, I get out there and I kind of gotten my bearings. I was really impressed with myself. And then all of a sudden we go to shoot, and the first take I'm skating, I fall flat on the back of my head. And I just sat there because I was like, oh, I'm messed up. Because it was like such a thickening thud. I was like, oh no. It's like, oh God, no. And luckily I was completely fine. But everyone was like going around me like, oh no, did he die? Like, is he okay?
Yeah, can we finish this?
Yeah.
Are we gonna be able to finish this production? Yeah. Uh-huh.
Like flat on the back of my head. It was unfortunate. But yeah. So
I wasn't sure. That's why I was asking, because sometimes you look like, whoa, he knows what he's doing. And I think there was one shot and I go, he looks scared, I
was scared. They had a stunt double do some stuff for me and they made it look really good. So a lot of my friends even watched it and were like, I didn't know you could skate like that, dude. Like, that was crazy impressive. And I was like, no, that's actually a professional hockey player who took my place. So I just had a couple of scenes where I was like kind of rolling up on the ice. But yeah, I was, after hitting my head, I was pretty worried that I'd do that again. So
was that near the beginning of the shoot, or it was
first scene? So
first thing that you shot. Oh God.
Yeah. But I did get better as time went on. I never fell again. So,
but still, that is, I couldn't do it.
It was rough.
Yeah. I've only been on the ice 3 times, and I was so happy the third time I could actually stand on the ice, but I couldn't move.
Oh.
The other 2 times I was hanging on the side walls.
Oh, that's a good method, though.
And all the girls that I knew, friends that came with me, would go, oh, it's easy, you just come. And I said, it does not work for me that way. So I said, I wonder if he's having the same experience I did. That's like...
And also, fun part about that, I had put my socks on the wrong way. You're supposed to put them. There's 3 stripes, and you're supposed to put that on the top of your leg instead of the bottom. And I had it on the bottom. So if you do look closely, you can see everyone else, all the professionals have those 3 lines correct, and then me have them completely flipped. And we couldn't change it because it would be continuity error. So I just did that for the whole shoot and hope nobody noticed.
Oh, do we really want to call continuity errors? Because I found one, and I had to go back and rewatch a section because I never find continuity errors.
Oh, what was it?
It was when you were at the party and you had on a black T-shirt, and then you went outside, you had on a white T-shirt, and then you went back into the party and you had on the black T-shirt again. And I said I had to look at it so many, and I went, I never find continuity errors. Never.
I totally forgot about that. That was a big thing of debate on set, which was that they couldn't go check the footage. So we were just guessing. We're like, it is either black or white.
Because it was totally. How many days difference was it?
It was the same day, actually. It's just we had so many costume changes in between that we I guess.
You forgot.
Yeah, and so they just put me in that one, and I think I said something. I think I said I don't think this is the right one, but they're like, no, I'm pretty sure it's the right one. I was like, all right.
It wasn't, by the way. So
see, Michael, you got one.
I got one, but I never find them. I got off of the list with my little fan films that I do to check for continuity errors, because I would go around, it's just fine, and then someone would list 20 things that were wrong, and I just went, I'm not good at it. I can find big things, not everything. So anyway, but we do have a little comment in the chat. They're just saying hi. They say, hi, Luke. It's from Christy Smallwood. And so she just says hi. So
nice to hear from you.
And Marsha, I'm going to let you take it over before I make a fool of myself even more. So
speaking of shirts, the shirt you have on says Dodge. Now,
just noticed that.
Is that a custom shirt? Is it a car shirt? Is it a?
No, this is it's a Dodge Hellcat shirt I got from Hollister, and I didn't actually put 2 and 2 together. I don't know how I didn't realize that it's a Dodge. So now every time I wear it, I do feel like I'm wearing my own merchandise or something.
Well, you're publicizing yourself. You're promoting yourself. Yes. I'll let that go.
Well, and to continue with the shirt, the hockey shirt. I always wondered, do people want the hockey shirt? Because it's kind of cool.
It's right there.
Okay.
That's what Marsha wanted. Oh, it's put away too. I can hear that.
He's coming back, folks. We promise.
I got to keep it. I asked for it, and it's
You
actually
stole it.
She was hoping you say you stole it, but she's so cute.
There it is.
They were like, we're not gonna use this again, obviously, and I was like, I'll take it. They offered
Unless
me
you do a sequel.
Yeah, well, if they do a sequel, I actually took the shoes too. I took a lot of stuff from that set because they were just not doing anything with it. So I'm like, I'll take it. So yeah, I got Wilder.
Can you hold it up again? The
front.
There you go. Awesome. So and with the bigger productions come and people start to want merchandising. They want stuff. So, and I'm always thinking about that. People might want the hockey shirt and so, yeah, that is really neat. You got to keep that. Did they only make one?
Yeah, they made one. They also made a hoodie, and then they made something. It was like a T-shirt. They made a T-shirt that a lot of the extras were wearing, so they didn't want me to wear it to to kind of set myself apart. And I was like, well, it's kind of cool. It kind of works. So I think I snuck it in one scene because I was like, I kind of liked it. But yeah.
Yeah, and the Tutor Trap was a fun movie. What did you think when you first got the script? What did you do first?
I think I was just excited to do a hockey one because I was like, it was something I never done before. I was curious as to do it. And I remember. I do remember though that the casting for Savannah was actually a different person originally, and so they switched it last minute, and so I got really worried because like I had done like rehearsals with this other girl, so I was like, oh wait, does this other girl like know her lines? I was so confused because like it all happened like the day before we were shooting. Like I think
that's not fun.
I think I got it was my costume designer had gotten a call while I was there doing the fitting. And she's like, we don't have the other girl who's going to play anymore. It's going to be this other person. And I was like, oh, but then she turned out to be great. And we had a great film. So happy ending.
And in the, I like to look for little sayings and that are either created for the film. Now, the term pock bunnies, is that a real term? Did y'all make that up? Where did that?
I honestly couldn't tell you. I think it might have been original. The way that it was being used was confusing though, because at the end of it, I say like, "Will you be my puck bunny?" But then like she uses it as more of a derogatory term.
Yes.
Earlier in the film, so it was a little. I caught that when I was saying, I was like, "Are my?" And they're like, "I think this is what we're gonna do." And I was like, "All right, sounds good." But it worked. I mean, I don't know. I thought it was a fun little. It was like a fun little saying because I never. It kind of came out of nowhere. I saw it in the script. I was like, what's that? But I don't know. It's kind of fun.
Yeah. And I've heard people talk about the vibe of that character, sort of like a young Keanu Reeves vibe. Have you heard that?
I hear that on pretty much every set I go to, and I love it every time. I love it. But I think everyone has told me that. I think that and this other guy who played this character called Beck from Victorious. I forgot his name.
Oh,
it's like
Beck.
somewhere.
Yes. Ivan Goja.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. And I did a TikTok that got a weirdly popular, and every single comment was like referencing the show. I thought that was funny. So.
That's probably, Michael, you probably wonder why I know Victorious.
Well, did you watch it?
Yes.
Nice.
Have you watched any of it?
Oh yeah, I've watched a good portion of it.
Yeah. But so when people tell you that you look like somebody, you act like, is that something that's a compliment to you? You kind of mentioned.
I personally take it that way. I remember there was this one guy. It was like the first vertical I ever did, which that's kind of a relic now. That was like so long ago. But the first time I ever got called that on a set was this guy who had actually worked with young Keanu Reeves on, I think, Bill and Ted. And he goes, and I was reading my lines to myself. I was kind of rehearsing like in the corner, and he walks past me. He goes, "You know, man, that's so funny. I was going to say you looked like Keanu Reeves a minute ago, but you read your lines just like he, because apparently when I read my lines to myself, Keanu Reeves, when he was a kid, did the same thing. And like, it's the same like tone of voice apparently too. He was like, I feel like I'm having flashbacks. So that was fun. I really liked that. That was cool.
And on Tutor Trap, since we're kind of talking about that, how long was the whole entire shoot? How long did that take?
Super short, way too short, scary short. It was 7 days.
I was afraid you were going to say that. 7
days. So it was hectic for sure. Like there was some days it was just kind of like we had also like we were doing really long scenes. Like we do like I think we did like a 9-page scene all in one take at some point. And I was like, it was like the wide shot. And me and Savannah were just struggling to get through that page. Because it was also like, as soon as we messed up, we're like, all right, just going to do it again. And, it was just, that was a little brutal. Can't lie. That the time constraint was probably my only negative thing to say about that whole shoot.
Wow. And I've often wondered, do you have rap parties at the end, or is it sort of like, okay, we're done? Yeah,
we usually do. I feel like it's been pretty common on mine. I don't think I've had one where we didn't have a rap party. Oh, actually, the only one we didn't have a rap party was Tutor Trap because I flew out that night, and that was and actually Savannah was flying to Georgia and at 4 a.m. that I guess the next day, but technically night still because rap party would probably be out till at least 12. So it was just nobody, like the two leads couldn't go. So like everyone was like, all right, I don't know if we're gonna do that. But everything
they talked about you while you were going.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, no, that was a fun time.
Mhm. And Michael, I see we have another comment in the chat room.
Yes, we do. Well, it's just a wow from from S Hawk says wow. So hey, that's cool. That's cool. Did I don't really want to ask you this because you might hurt people's feelings. So let me just say this. Uh, what has been the least stressful set that you have been on so far for whatever reason?
Ever in general.
Ever in general.
Okay.
Everything you've done, not just verticals, everything.
Yes, I got you. I think the least stressful thing I've ever been on was the Royal Farms ad I did way back in the day with Justin Tucker, because I shared a trailer with him for the longest time. And so it was literally just like, and I remember he came into the trailer, first time I saw him, he's like, "Hey, what's up, man? You want something to drink?" And I was like, Justin Tucker. Oh yeah, I'll take something. he went under the fridge and grabbed. So I was just like chilling there talking, because they were setting up the shot for like a really long time. And then they also put me as number, like it was like Justin Tucker and then number 1, number 2, number 3, like all that on the call sheet. And I was like number 1. So I assumed I was going to be used like first. And I was actually used at the very end of the day, like the last part.
Really?
Yeah. Huh. Like the last part of the day. So I was like sitting there in a trailer just all day in this like kind of random parking lot of a Royal Farms. Like it was like not like a very massive, I think it was, they did this on purpose, I'm sure, like a not very busy Royal Farms.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just this random Royal Farms, and I was just sitting in a trailer with Justin Tucker all day. That was the chillest set I've ever been on.
And S Hawk has a follow-up, says, I would think your motorcycle catching on fire would be stressful. Came across Instagram story.
Indeed it was. Yes, the motorcycle catching on fire is something I'll never escape.
Wow. So you got to tell us this story.
Yeah, okay. So so to set the stage here, I wanted a motorcycle really bad, and I wanted also a project, because when I'm home, this acting is my only job. I live off acting. And so when I'm not working, which is not very frequent, it's usually like 2 weeks at a time, but when I'm home and get to relax, I like to do something. Otherwise I get bored. So I got a motorcycle as like a project bike, and it had no title. It was on Facebook Marketplace, and I went out and I just bought it. It was a very I just kind of did it. I didn't even think about it. And then I bring it home. Everything's going good for the first couple of days. And the guy was like, the only thing that's wrong with it, it'll run fine. The only thing that's wrong with it is the carburetors will leak gasoline everywhere. And so I didn't take that seriously. And so it was leaking gas everywhere. But I was just so desperate, I guess, to get it started and try to ride it, that I didn't take proper safety precautions. And the wiring that the guy did before me was so shoddy that I had primed the carbs by blowing through the blow off, and it spewed gas everywhere. And I guess the engine was warm enough that it just ignited. And just it was also right next. I had a loaner car because my other car broke down, so I had a loaner, and it was right next to the loaner. So in the video, you can see me run to my car and move it out of the way, because it was like I was like and then the best part of the story probably is I didn't have any working fire extinguishers. I kept a fire extinguisher in my garage. I had one in my house, and I had 2 in my house, and I found out that all of them were broken or I guess expired. And so I spray and spray and nothing works. And so there, in part of the video, you can see me run up to it, try to spray it, realize it's not working, and I toss it, and it was ridiculous. So I basically let it burn to a crisp, and then I pushed it over to where my hose could reach, and I sprayed it out.
That's crazy.
Where is it now?
S Hawk says, "Wow, glad you're safe, dudes."
Thank you very much.
Go ahead, Marcia. Sorry.
So where is it now? What was the conclusion of the burnt motorcycle story?
Well, the best way to fix something is to buy a new thing. So I bought another of the exact same motorcycle, and I've swapped all the parts and stuff, because it was the other one I bought was like a kind of basically a junkyard motorcycle. I got it off Facebook Marketplace again for pennies on the dollar, and I expected to use some of the parts and then rebuild it, but then I was like, wait, I wonder if I can just get this bike running. And I did, and it worked great. So that's the motorcycle I have now. But I do have the other motorcycle downstairs. I am trying to make that work again. It'll probably take a while though.
So the crispy motorcycle you still have?
I still have the crispy one. I've used a lot of the parts to make the new one
To make
work.
the new one.
So yeah, that I'm hoping this other one is. I ride around with my backpack that actually does have a fire extinguisher in here just in case. It's my riding.
You've learned that.
Yeah, just in case it does happen.
That is awesome. So and another one of your hobbies has been skateboarding, right?
Yes.
And that kind of segued into a short that I learned about called Skate or Hide.
How'd you find out about that? What? Yeah, I did that a long time ago, actually. It just recently came out. I went to the little film fest for it. Yeah, it was a fun project. It was like one of the like second films I ever did, like short films. And yeah, I had a good time with that. That was fun.
And it's so cute because it took place, I think, in Sykesville,
Yeah.
Maryland. And what a charming little place. I saw some behind the scenes little short videos. And I also came across the town hall meeting where it was being premiered. I think it was earlier this year.
Yeah, exactly.
It was a big deal though for Sykesville.
Yeah, I mean, it was a big turnout. I was surprised by that a little bit. I think there was the whole park was full, and I did pull up to that. I did want to see it. And so it was definitely cool. It was like a time capsule though, because I had filmed it like 3 years back, or like I think it was 2 or 3 years back. And so it was such a funny thing to see me, I think it was probably like 17.
Yeah.
Did people recognize you or no?
They did. Yeah, that was fun. That was also a fun little 5 seconds of fame was people were like, oh, good job and stuff. And that was nice. So.
Did you sign any autographs?
I've signed a couple autographs. I can never tell if it's serious or not. And I always think it's cute. It's a nice gesture. Like people are like, oh, sign this. And I'm like, haha, right. Sure. So, yeah.
No, they're serious. They're serious. I know. I've done it.
I like to think so. I like to think that they care.
I wanted to actually watch the short. I couldn't find the short to watch. So can you tell me the kind of gist of the story? It's about 30 minutes long, I think.
Yeah, it's a little spoof. It's kind of like it's like a comedy. It's basically about a kid who moves into a new town, and he's trying to be accepted and find kind of a community. And he finds skateboarding, and then I'm kind of not a great person, and I'm kind of challenging him to this little skate battle kind of thing. And he loses originally, but he comes back, gets better, and he does a great job. And then we accept him, and it's a happily ever after. And there's some fun subplots in there, though, like the father of the kid who's coming into the town is like this scientist, and there's like the subplot of them like time traveling through space. And it's all skateboarding related, and it's a very fun watch. It is so like fun and silly, and it was just a blast filming. So it was just like, I basically got to like skateboard all day when I wasn't actively shooting, and so that was a good time. And a lot of the extras, I mean, I think all of the extras were actually people they found from the skate park who they invited to do it on the day we were shooting, and so that was also cool. It was like a big community thing.
So is there a place where we can watch it that you know of?
I think there's a website actually.
I went to the website and the whole film isn't there. There was some behind the scenes.
I think you might
Steve site. Yeah.
I'm not really sure. I think they're planning on making a part 2 to it to finish out the story. But I don't know if they really planned on releasing it. They had film festivals, but yeah. So
if there's a part 2, will you be?
I was asked, and I would agree if I was free. I'd absolutely agree to do that because that'd be fun.
Neat. Michael, did you want to?
Yeah. Well, I mean, S Hawk had another comment that I think is hysterically funny. LOL, that's awesome. Need license plate that says CRSPE. on your motorcycle.
I would love
It's
to.
downstairs. Yeah.
I do have the gas tank, the original gas tank that blew up. It caught on fire and made this really interesting like seared pattern on the bike. And I kept it because I thought, hey, that's kind of cool. And I looked on the inside of the gas tank. Somehow it's an indestructible gas tank, and that didn't actually affect the inside. It just affected
Really?
somehow. I don't know. And so I actually put it on my new bike as like as kind of an homage to So,
Good luck charm, huh?
yeah, a little bit. There you go.
If it survived that, it can survive anything.
Anything. Yes.
That's what I was thinking.
Well, that is amazing. Now, when you're not filming, you said a couple of weeks at a time, which makes sense. You're not fixing something like a motorcycle downstairs. What do you like to do?
Man, you kind of took all my things away that I do. What else?
Well, I there's got to be something else. There's got to be something else you like to do in your spare time.
All right. Well, yeah, that's true. I do. I play guitar and I skateboard.
Okay. There you go. There you go.
Skateboard. So that's a good time. I'm not fixing the motorcycle. I'm fixing my car. So.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, I love the
bigger wheels.
Yeah.
Is there you like to go out to see films or not really?
Oh, I love watching movies, seeing films. Yeah. No,
what are some of your favorites from over time?
All-time favorites. Oh, Pineapple Express. I love that movie. I don't know why I love it so much. It's just I think I love Seth Rogen and James Franco working together. I love that series of movies they did. It was just so funny, those guys together. I think The Big Lebowski is on there, top for sure. Probably The Conjuring.
Uh-huh.
Let me give me like a kind of more dramatic one. I'd probably say Wolf of Wall Street. I do like Wolf of Wall Street also. That's good. That's a good one.
Oh, interesting variety.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you have a particular genre you like, or you just like a little bit of everything?
I like a little bit of everything. I'm big into horror movies, though. I struggle to find a horror movie I don't get bored at some point. I feel like a lot of horror movies tend to have a lot of filler in them if they're not like big blockbusters and this random subplot, and you're like, this isn't scary at all. I want to be scared, and it just like goes off on this random subplot. And so I always try to find like my whole mission in life is just to find a horror movie that I feel is absolutely perfect. I haven't done that yet, but I'm trying. Hopefully soon.
Well, from what I hear, we had some vertical actors that made a horror movie, and it was filmed up in Pittsburgh.
Oh, Vera? Did you interview Vera?
Ice Cream. This is
in the Independent, yes.
Yeah.
I think that was it. Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah. So I was gonna say you should probably look at that. I was trying to go to the film festival in West Virginia for that, and I couldn't go, and I was very mad because they had the cast there and everything. I'm like, argh. But
yeah, no, I would love to go to something like that. It's just they always happen at times where I'm gone. I don't know. It sucks.
I can relate. Do you have any projects coming up that you're allowed to talk about?
I think I'm allowed to touch on them. Yeah, I got like 5. I think I've got like 5 that have been unreleased that are still in the works. And those are all really fun. One that just got released, which was really cool, is the Unreal shorts. It was called Taming My Bullies, and that was a really fun thing because they had some of my best friends on that, and that was pretty sweet. But yeah, I've got a couple coming out. I think I have to redact that. I don't think I can actually talk about them at all.
Well, then that's fine. Well, when I asked the question, I got kicked off.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
that was a warning, Michael.
I think it was, and I went, "Oh, I guess I wasn't supposed to ask that."
I guess what is cool though is I do get to go to Atlanta for the first time for a project that's coming up, and I am very excited about that because I've never been to Atlanta before.
Oh,
so just exploring more with acting, which I really appreciate.
Lots of traffic, just so you are prepared.
Ooh, unfortunately, right.
Yeah.
Might not be excited.
I've been there several times. Yes.
Sweet. Okay, cool.
Lots of traffic. Marcia, do you have anything
Well,
else
one,
to
yeah, one of
finalize?
your
Okay, go
your
ahead.
verticals, "Don't Miss Me When I'm Gone." We hadn't really talked about that
That's the big one.
much.
That's the
Yeah,
big one.
that at 100 million views. Come on.
Yeah, I was pretty impressed when it hit 100 million, and I was like, okay, this is insane. And then it went to like almost, it got to like 150, and I was like, oh wow, it's like almost 200 million people saw that. So yeah, that was cool. Grant Garcia, who's a really good friend of mine, I met him on that project, and we did the one Taming My Bullies together on that one. So that was pretty cool. They hired us back to do that.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was a really fun project. It's been a weird roller coaster of emotions because we all had a great time. All of us in the cast, like the Vera and Caleb Brady and
Mhm.
Grant, all these people, we're all like really good friends in real life, and we all like hang
Yeah.
out outside of it. It's great. We've all met on that set, and there's like people like our Brian Ramirez, our makeup artist, is also a really good friend of ours. And so yeah, we all met from that, which was really cool. But the roller coaster kind of happened when we started getting a little bit of backlash from it because of kind of the sort of abusive scenes from it. Specifically just kind of the blind kind of violence that goes on. Like there's a scene, for
Mhm.
example, where I accidentally pushed my sister down the stairs, and that's
Yeah.
Oh,
crazy.
accidentally?
It was, I think they wanted it. So there was two ways we did it. We actually reshot those scenes. They called us back about a week later to reshoot those scenes because I
Mhm.
guess they wanted me to actually push her. But in the script and stuff, it was I accidentally, and that's how we filmed. So they did change that to be I push her. And then
Mhm.
obviously Grant's character does, there's a couple slaps flying around.
Yeah.
Uh, and so that we actually had a whole commentary video here on YouTube made about that. And that was a really fun watch. We all got together and watched that because it did have some really cool points and critiques that were very insightful, I think, that we all kind of agreed with. We were all kind of scared about the level of violence that was going on in that for kind of
Yeah.
what's like a very little reasoning. Uh,
Mhm.
yeah, so it's both one of my favorite productions and also one of my least favorites, just because of a lot of people got upset about that. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, it did kind of bring me to the point I'm at now, though, where I do, have it's probably my biggest thing on my resume for the vertical space. So people tend to
Mhm.
know me from that, which is, I think, very funny.
Well, it might kind of give you the power or to be able to choose roles more.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that's been
Mhm.
great. It's been a huge blessing to have that because, before that, I was like, it was kind of I got that on a whim. I booked it not thinking I would. I hadn't really done a vertical since like earlier that year. So I wasn't really thinking I could work on them consistently. And then, verticals, I have to thank them because I would not be a working actor without them. I would have a lot of gaps in my work schedule if I didn't have verticals. So they have helped me and a lot of other actors also be able to pursue their dream of like just being an actor, focusing on the craft and like, getting better. So
Mhm.
that's a huge shout out to verticals as a whole.
Mhm. And how many have you done total now? Have completed that we can see now?
Oh, that you can see now.
Mhm.
Probably one, two, three, four, five. I think you can see six now, and then there'll be about 10 or 11 by in a couple months.
Because when I first looked at verticals, and I thank you, Michael, for introducing me to this addictive behavior.
I
Um,
know, I'm mean. I know.
but and they come so quickly that before you know it, you've not only you've done what so many, and are you able to view them all? Do you go back and look at all your work?
I do. I try to find time to watch them. I just get really excited to see the final products. There is something so kind of magical about watching something you've been in because it's like you kind of see behind the scenes and you're like, wow, that's how that shot turned out. I did not have faith in that or something. It's like it's really interesting to see the final product when like what you're filming is so kind of random at points. Like there's light rigs like 2 inches from your head, and you're like, how does this gonna play? And then it looks like you're outside, and you're like, wow, okay. I should have had more faith in that.
Hmm. What do you think are some of your favorite locations that you've done so far?
Oh, without a doubt, it would be this one mansion up in, oh God, I think it was Beverly Hills, and it was looking over this golf course, and we got to be there for a really long time, and it was just beautiful. It was just so big, and like, I mean, it was big enough that like all of us, all the main cast, had our own kind of rooms that we could like chill in. Like we didn't sleep there, but we like hung out there when we weren't on set.
Mhm.
And that was very fun. That was a cool time. There was also this mansion up in I think it was Studio City. Yeah, I think it was up there, and that was a really cool spot because again, we got to stay there for so many days. So you get there and you just get to choose a bed and just lie on it and just hang out there and look over this beautiful view of LA. And that was just awesome. That was a good time.
Hmm. The kinds of roles, because you play villains and so forth. I don't think you haven't played a vampire, have you?
No, no vampires. Yeah, no werewolves, no vampires.
Why not?
I just haven't. I guess I really. I don't know. I think I've been categorized as kind of the young adult guy, and that's my thing now. That's my niche. Is I do like these high school, you know, these high
Yeah.
school roles where I'm kind of like a bit of a either like a captain of something or a frat boy or something like that. And yeah, I think it's a bit of a category thing where people who play certain roles kind of get cast as those roles more. I'm not opposed to it. I also do enjoy these roles. I think more than I potentially would enjoy a vampire or werewolf. I think it would be hard for me to lock into that character, knowing it's like a supernatural being. I think it'd be fun, but it'd be difficult. It'd be a challenge for me.
Hmm.
Okay. Well, I got a few other
I
questions
see.
in the chat room, and I think one of them you answered kind of, but they might not have been here at the beginning. So you might want to expound on this. How did you fall in love with acting?
I think it was probably just the fact that people liked what I was doing. I think that sounds a little weird, but like I got a lot of people being like, "Wow, that's so cool that you did this," like for the DC Metro, which was like my first thing. And I was like, "That's so cool." People were like coming up to me and like, I had a couple people take pictures with me next to the sign, and that was kind of cool. And then I also realized that like I just love this. I just love like playing these characters, and I get paid for it. And I'm like, "What? That's crazy." So I think it's just I really like being able to portray characters and then be able to be on set with so many talented people all working on the same project. And everything's so new and adventurous. Like every single time, it's always like a story. It's always like some really fun time I've had, and all of it's just kind of I think I'm in love with all of it. All of it, from casting to auditions to being on set. I love it. It's addictive.
Would you want to do? I know they just had they had an online vertical convention. They had an in-person convention. Would you be up for that if the opportunity arose?
Yeah, I actually did get invited to this one that's going to happen. I think the 27th. It's like a kind of a premiere thing. They're going to have a bunch of films shot there or shown there. I think it's like I don't know if I'm allowed to say where it is. I think I'm allowed to say where it is. I think so. I don't know.
What city is it?
It's in LA. It's in a very
It's in LA.
Well,
It's
yeah, if
very
it's an event.
a very cool, famous theater that is themed and is very famous and popular. And that was super cool of an opportunity. And unfortunately, I'll be in Atlanta for that. But
Isn't that the way that works out?
yeah, unfortunate. And they were gonna have like a cool thing where I got to like do some fan stuff and sign some things and
Yeah.
all that. And I was really excited for it. And unfortunately, I work that exact day.
Of course, yes. Uh-huh.
Yep.
That is the way it works out. So
Unfortunately.
and it's no fair, but yeah.
Mhm.
But I'm not going to say anything because Marcia and I are working on something, but we can't talk about it yet. So we're hush hush too. So,
Mhm.
but Marcia, do you have any closing remarks for Luke or?
Well, I was wondering if I saw a question somebody put about sci-fi roles because verticals are moving fast. They're developing and exploring new areas and things like that. So, have you thought about either directing or writing or?
Yeah, I would love to. I just am really bad at writing. I'm really bad at it. I start it and I like kind of go over like a story, like an outline of a story, and I'm like, I'm gonna fill this in. And then I get to kind of the script writing stage, and I'm like, oh God, this is so boring. I don't know why I immediately click out of it. I don't know why. I think I just can't focus for that long. I don't understand why I can't. But I would love to answer the question more directly. I'd love to do a sci-fi
Mhm.
vertical, and I almost got the opportunity to, but unfortunately, things scheduling conflicts happened. So hopefully soon, hopefully another one because I think that'd be really cool. So
So, how far in advance are you scheduled? You said you're going to Atlanta. Do you have
yeah,
something already in line after that as well?
pretty much. It's these things. It's like it's not over until the contracts are signed. But it's been. I mean, I can't stretch this enough. It's been so awesome and such a blessing that people want to see me do this kind of stuff, and I've had enough opportunities and enough people coming at me with opportunities. Like it's just awesome, and I'm so happy about it. And I wish I could do all of them, but they all seem to also unfortunately happen like
Same
overlapping.
time. They're
Ah,
same time.
so I got to pick and choose,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But,
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think that you have a bright future in no matter where you want to go
Hmm.
with acting and verticals.
thank
I
you.
I see development in your projects already, if I may say so myself.
Thank you.
And it's fun. I really enjoy watching new careers flourish and go forward. And I'm anxious to see what you'll be doing next.
Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you again, Luke, for coming. We really appreciate it. Still can't believe you're almost a neighbor of mine, but that's the weird things that happen on
Crazy.
these podcasts. So, but thank you for coming,
Thank
and
you.
we'd love to have you back again, Luke. If you could
Yeah.
manage in your busy schedule to
Well,
fit us in, we would love it.
sounds like a plan. Well,
Yeah.
till we meet again.
Do we meet again? Everyone
Awesome.
out there, thank you for coming.
Oh, yeah, thank you for all the viewers who showed up. I can see there's a lot of questions. I am sorry I didn't get to answer all of them.
Yeah, it was too. I just didn't have time, but just so you know, everyone, if we get them back, like, subscribe, and
Right.
follow us so you won't miss it because it'll be posted on YouTube definitely, and it will be here as long as YouTube is in existence unless they change their policies. If you're watching us on Facebook, sadly, they delete our podcasts after 30 days. So we try now to swing everybody over to YouTube because
Yeah.
then they can look at it. Because I think a few of you did miss the beginning, you can start it again right now.
That's
So,
right.
so everyone, take care. We'll see you next time.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye bye.